Okay, great. Well, welcome back, everyone. So let's go ahead and for our activities, we're going to go ahead and do our glass giveaway as a start. Glass giveaway is for folks that are actually on the Zoom call today, and it looks like right now we've got 50. So 50 folks are here. I've got a random number generator. I'm going to share off my screen. Again, this is our last two 50th anniversary glasses. So it's pretty cool. We were able to get that Jim's suggestion and folks being able to make that happen. So that was good. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So for the first glass, 50, let me drop this down. All right. So the first number is 32. I'm counting down the list.
Oh, well, you'll count down the list. Okay, works for me.
We'll just make it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. I have looks like Robin, WA7BRI.
Hey.
All right. Congratulations, Robin. All right. Person number 2. Oh, look at that, number 2. That makes it easy. Who's at the very top?
Nathan.
Well, Jim, it looks like you're number 2 on my list. So you want
Oh,
to
come on. Don't call me number 2. Who works for number 2?
Come on, man. It's stinky, but keep it going.
Yeah, hit generate one more time.
All right. Thank you. 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I have, looks like I've got Dick, WA7NIW. Congratulations, Dick.
Thank you.
All right, let me make a quick note of that in my notes. Okay. Okay, cool. Get those out to you. All right, so that's for the glasses. Let's go ahead and what's that, guys? Too many things on my screen. Stand by. Okay. So now we will go ahead and do the year-end gift. Again, I would like to thank everyone. We had we were coming up a little short for this year due to the pandemic and not a lot of donated items for our auctions. And some folks stepped up here at the very end and helped out, and that was greatly appreciated. Helped kind of fill that kitty. Actually, it brought us to be able to the ability. We raised over $500 in those donations. So thank you for Hal, Manfred, Jim, myself, Jeffrey, John, and Robin. So thank you for your generous donations. All those monies came into the pool. So again, it's only through your support that we're able to do this. Whether it's through the donations, the raffle, what have you. So we'll keep this moving forward. We were able to get five items, like I mentioned. So we were able to get, we got a Comet CAA 500. That's their Mark II antenna analyzer. $50 DX Engineering gift card. They've got lots of different things at DX Engineering. It's so fun to cruise that site. A weatherproof protective case. It's the large size, so that's good. All of us could use that for something for sure. An Anytone 878 UV2 plus. So it's the good one. It's got DMR, VHF, UHF, great radio, good and sturdy. Nice addition to anyone's stable of HTs. And then also help with, as Jim's trying to move forward with the MCOM work for the club here in the spring. So, and then also a 30,000 milliamp solar charger battery pack. It's got the wireless charging, 2 USB ports, a flashlight. It's pretty cool. It's got really good ratings. So I don't know, we can all use battery packs for sure, especially when we're out in the field doing stuff. So with that being said, so for these 5 items, I'll randomly generate a number. We're going to go off of the December roster, the active member roster. So as of the beginning of December, we had 269 active members. That's 270 because of the title, but 269 total folks. So I will go ahead and pull up all. See, I got rid of the generator. Stand by. Pull back up. Okay. So what did I say? 269. All right. Oh, first person, 243.
What are we drawing for?
We are drawing for the, good point, we're drawing for the DX Engineering gift card. So what I said, it was 243. So 243 on the list.
244 because of the title line.
Correct,
Yep.
yes. So 243 is the number, but 244 on the list, it's Charles. So WA7EBH. Don't know if you're on the call, but congratulations.
Thank you.
On here, WA7EBH. Okay, wonderful. The next one will be the Harbor Freight Protective Case. So let's generate a number on that one. Number 26 on our list. 26, line 26. All right, line 26. James, excuse me.
27.
No, it was 25 on the list. So it's 26.
Oh, yeah.
25
okay.
number.
Sorry about that.
Yep, 26. So James, congratulations. My note. All right, the next thing will be for the Anytone, and also with the Anytone, I didn't show a picture of it, but we went ahead and got a Nagoya, their long antenna. I think it's the 18-inch antenna to replace the rubber duck that's on there, since we all know the rubber duck is not the best. So it's an Anytone and the Nagoya antenna. Let's generate the number for that. 3. Who is lucky number 4? Line item 4. Rob. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, he's down in Florida.
Oh, is he?
Gonna have to send it a long way.
Oh darn. Okay. Okay. So let's
Cool.
see. The next item will be the antenna analyzer. So the antenna analyzer. Number row 93 on our list. 93. Who's lucky number 93? 93. Pete.
Wow.
All right. Pete on the call?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Well, that antenna analyzer looked pretty cool. I'll get one for myself, actually. All right, and last but not least, the solar battery charger. Let's go to that one. Row 112. Row 112. And that will be Mike. K7MUI.
MJI.
Oh, thank you. Darn eyesight.
Cool.
Oh, right. Well, congratulations all. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. It's like I said, it was a lot of fun with all the donations. Be able to try and find some things I think would benefit for everyone and not reproduce the same HT as we had 2 years in a row. My first time around and got the same HT that we had the previous year, but good radio all in all.
Thanks, Santa.
You bet. Lots of fun there. Let me stop sharing.
Hey, Jason, by the way, I had another donation was mentioned in a direct message to me, and it'll be coming in the post office box. So as soon as I receive that, we'll add that into the next year's. We'll just build it up.
Yeah, and we'll have a carryover, a little bit of a carryover cover shipping and stuff too. So we didn't drain the account completely on that, but close. So again, thank you for everyone's generous donations. Hope everyone enjoys their gifts. I will contact you directly to arrange shipment. As you can imagine, shipping is a bit delayed, even for me getting the products. So bear with me, but I'll reach out to you this weekend and let you know where we're at with that and make sure I have a good contact physical address for you, or be willing to meet you halfway somewhere and be able to deliver it that way too, if need be. So after the holidays, after Christmas next weekend.
Great job, Jason. Way to go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Good job.
So here we're at about 11:27. I do have a video that I will let run. I do need to jump at noon for my other activity, ham radio activity. This shouldn't run that length. Again, this is a great video by who is the video by? Where's my info? So it's Kevin Loughin, also known as the Old Tech Guy, KB9RLW. He's got a wonderful YouTube channel. I'll post his link to his YouTube channel here. He had a good presentation on ham radio. He was talking about his NOAA weather satellite setup, so he can receive the NOAA weather imagery across the air and be able to decode it. Which is some of the tech I know we played with about a year ago when we were running our Wednesday and Friday nets. So that was a lot of fun, but that'd be a good opportunity with the weather getting bad and the power potentially having issues. Would be a good one to cover. So again, shouldn't last the full time, but please feel free to stay or go if you need to. If you do, have a wonderful holidays. And again, thank you for all your support, guys. Really appreciate it. Let me get this rolling here for us. Stand by. Radio. Trying to find just the video itself. Why am I not finding it? Is it this one? No. That's weird.
Is it in your YouTube history, maybe?
I'm just trying to do a share. If I do a share screen, this is embarrassing. I should be able to do
Be
this.
sure to check off the share of the sound too.
Yeah. No, I got you on that one. Oh, there it is. Share sound. Sure. All right. Can you guys see?
You can see that.
Yep. Video. You can?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and click the expand to the full screen though when you do the play.
Trying to move it.
Yeah, just hit play and then do the
Hello,
little
YouTubers and fellow
box.
hams.
There, now use the little box down at
This
the
video
bottom
took a little bit
of the
longer
video.
than I'd planned
Right
on
there.
because, well, I kind of went down a rabbit hole on antennas. But I said in the last video that I was going to show you my setup for receiving NOAA weather satellites with my local radios. You know, I showed you how you could do it with web SDRs if you didn't have any radio gear. But you can also do it, obviously, with your own setup. You don't really have to build any specific or crazy antennas. They can help. And that's kind of where I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. I built one of the recommended antennas, and we will talk about that in a moment. And we'll also compare it to what I usually use. So let's go look at what I have been receiving the satellites with. And I'll show you a full reception pass so you can see how the signal comes up, what it looks like, what it sounds like. And then I'll show you the antenna that I built, which is one of the recommended antennas
Jason,
for
you're
receiving
right on top.
satellites, and a comparative pass with it, and we'll talk about that. Before we get to the pass, recording the satellites, let's look at the equipment that I'm using and some notes about the place that I'm at. First off, my location, as it says here, is ideal for receiving satellites. I'm outside of Kingman, Arizona, which is way up above sea level, quite high. As you can see, 3,500 feet or around 1,066 meters above sea level. There are no obstructions here. If we look at a 360-degree panorama out to the horizon, you can see that off in the distance there are mountains. Usually they are maybe up as much as 10 degrees off the horizon, a little bit more in some cases, but overall, except for very few directions, I have a big wide open sky. Thirdly, weather. Most of the days here out in the desert are clear and sunny, without clouds or other atmospheric obstructions to cause problems with the signals. So I'm in an ideal location. I get really, really good reception, as you'll see when we get to the passes. The equipment that I use. My receiver that I like to use is an AirSpy HF Plus Discovery. It's a great little software-defined radio. The software that runs it is free, and it's very sensitive. It works fine for VLF all the way up through VHF. However, you don't have to spend a lot of money. This was over $100, I think, so I remember. It was a while ago. But you can get away with something much cheaper. For example, these little RTL SDR dongles are available for under $30 on Amazon, and they would work fine for the VHF range. They don't do very well down in the HF range. I think you can modify them if I remember right, but they would be fine for receiving the satellites. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a receiver to do this. Software, I use GQRX for the receiving software. It allows me to record the audio signal. We'll see that in action. And I'm using NOAA-APT for decoding the satellite images. It's a newer program that's in active development. And we'll also see that in the demonstration. Antennas. Usually I use my Slim Jim. It's cut for 2 meters, but it's in the VHF range. It's close enough in frequency that it does quite well on receiving the satellites. Vertical antennas tend to have a null directly above them, and actually we'll see in the demo that that null on the Slim Jim is not very pronounced. So we'll talk about that later. For this video, I did build a recommended antenna for satellites. This is a horizontal V dipole. These are supposed to be oriented horizontally. As you can see, this is a top-down view, and the wide angle would be pointed to the south, the narrow to the north. I don't know if that matters that much, but most of the time the satellites are coming from a northward to a southward direction as they pass by. So I built one of these. I'll show you a picture of it here. I just threw it together with some PVC. It's a real simple antenna. And we'll go and we'll try this antenna out and look at a satellite pass. Let's go. All right, I've got the V dipole up. And in 23 seconds, NOAA 18 will come over the horizon. And if we look at its pass, we can see that it's going to go almost overhead. So this is just about perfect. Okay, NOAA 18, 137.9125. So let's go over here to GQRX and get it going. 9125. I've got it squelched presently, but oh, look at that. We're starting to see it already. There it is. It just came over. All right, I'm going to turn the gain down on this so it's not blasting us. And we'll go ahead and open the squelch up. And I'll start recording. I really like GQRX. It's simple, but it provides all the tools and utilities I think you'd need for most shortwave receiving or radio stuff, without overloading you with options, you know. Okay, we got a good signal right off the bat. The satellite is currently 16 degrees above the horizon to the north. So it's just come over the top of the hills over there. I should have a nice clear line of sight through the whole pass. Let's see how it goes. Getting a few little fades there. There's literally nothing between me and the satellite but atmosphere right now. There's no obstructions in the sky. Clear line of sight. Decent signal. Negative 73 dBFS. I do wish GQRX had a way to change this meter to an S meter. Being a long-time ham, I've got S meters ingrained into my brain. I can look at a signal on an S meter and get a good impression of how strong it is. So far pretty good, no real fading going on. I'd be most curious to see what it does when it's almost directly overhead. NOAA 18's altitude, by the way, 539 miles above. So when it's overhead, it'll be exactly 539 miles away. Does that count as DX for VHF? I can see the center frequency is shifting slowly down. I'm going to get ahead of it. Another nice thing with GQRX is I just changed my frequency and you didn't hear any interruption in the audio at all. Okay, we're pretty close to almost as straight overhead as it's going to be. Negative 75, negative 73. Signal goes up and down a little. Now we're coming towards the end of it. 15 degrees elevation. .7, 14.6. Just about to go down below the mountains to the south. .12 degrees. I'm probably going to lose it around 4 or 5 degrees. Oh, slightly west of south. That's shooting right down the valley, so the mountains aren't in the way. We might get it all the way down. 3 degrees, still got a decent signal. Wow. It's only 2 degrees off the horizon, it's starting to fade. Yep, here we go. Okay. Good enough. Let's go look at the image. Let me go load the file we just recorded. Okay, I've got my GQRX recording file loaded here. I'll hit decode. Alright, it's decoded. Let's go process it. And there it is. Now, to get some orientation, put the map overlay on it. Okay, I need to rotate it. There we go. There's the US. And I would be be right around here. Wait, no, right around here. Yeah, I'm right here. Oh, so we got some haze off the coast, but not too many clouds here. Let's go back to the wide view. Now we can really see. That's a pretty good decode. As you can see, we had just a few little fades here, a little bit of noise band. But overall, we got a pretty darn clean image off of this one. I'm pretty happy with that. All right. I was in the middle of editing the video and I noticed that there was going to be a much better pass. Almost as good as the one on the V dipole, actually about the same. And I thought, perfect for comparison, I should record this one for the Slim Jim. So in 43 seconds, NOAA 18's coming up. This is the polar plot, and as you can see, it's going to go almost directly overhead. It's going to get to 87 degrees, which is pretty close to right overhead. And I am hooked up now to the Slim Jim, cut for 2 meters, as you can see here. So this is the antenna I'm going to be using for this pass. And it's going to be coming over the horizon in 18 seconds. So remember, we're on the Slim Jim. This is a vertically oriented antenna that should have a null directly overhead. And that's what I'm interested in finding out. So let's get the receiver going here. I'm using the Air Spy. Drop that volume down so we don't blast you. There we go. And I can start to see it in the waterfall. See that? So I'm going to shift my frequency to more central. And let's listen. As soon as that clears up, I'll start recording. There we go. I think about there. Okay, we're recording. Drop that down so we're not getting blasted here. And we're 3.6 degrees above the horizon, 3.8. Usually around 4 degrees is where it goes full quieting. There's 4 degrees. It should be just coming above the hills, the mountains now. .8 degrees. Yep. And that's pretty close to full quieting. There's a little fade there. Ooh, there's a good strong fade right there. And another. But what I'm most curious about is when that sucker gets right around here, directly overhead. You can see the fades in the waterfall. You see that? So you can keep an eye on the waterfall when I go to fast forward here. So you can see if it's how often it's fading. And those will translate to noise bands in the image when we decode the image. So let's sit back and wait for this bird to get directly overhead. Okay, we're getting close. Keep an eye on the signal here. Negative 73 dBFS, so watch this. I know we got down to about negative 68, I think, if I remember right, on the V dipole. And we are now entering where it should be a null on the Slim Jim. See, we're presently 64 degrees, 66 degrees, rising fast. Watch when it gets right around the top here. It should be entering a null. Yep, signal is dropping. Negative 77, negative 80. There it is. Almost directly overhead. There's our NOAA right there. It's not terrible. Look at that. That's a very narrow NOAA. And we're coming right back up. So, just right here in this little area, a very narrow NOAA right at the very top. And to be honest, as rare as it is to have a pass that goes directly overhead like that, that's almost a non-issue for me. I can just leave the Slim Jim up and use it when I want to copy the satellites, because it's not very often that a bird is going to go right directly over the top, and that's a really narrow NOAA off the Slim Jim. So that's kind of impressive for me on the Slim Jim. It's cut for 2 meters. It's not even cut for the right frequency, but it's close. And we're getting what I would call perfectly fine performance out of it for receiving the sats. Let's see how many fades we get on the rest of the pass. Okay, we're coming up on the end of the pass now. It's 9 degrees off the horizon, 8.9, 8.8, 8.7, so it's descending to the south. We're still getting quite a good signal from it, negative 72 dBFS. It's, it's hovered around there at the best, so I don't have any mountains in the direction that it's heading, so it's going right down to the horizon. We should see a loss of signal right when this predicts it, which it's predicting it in 1 minute and 44 seconds. It's now at 7 degrees, 6.8. 6.7, about to dip below the horizon. We're still at negative 73 dBFS on the received signal, so it's still a good solid signal. I'm really impressed with the Slim Jim, being that it's not cut for that frequency, how well it's doing. Just that teeny little bitty null right at the very top of it. I thought it would be broader than that. So this is an interesting test in and of itself. 4.8, 4.6. Usually somewhere below 4 degrees is where I'll lose it. 4.1. That's starting to go. 4. 3.5, 3.4. Wow, we're getting all the way down to 3 degrees. And we're pretty much gone. Okay. All right, we'll stop recording. So that's a pretty complete pass. Let's launch NOAA-apt and let's decode this image. I'm going to go find the file. Okay, I've selected our file that GQRX recorded here. We'll hit decode. All right, let's go over here and process it. And there it is. What did I change here? I don't remember changing anything right there. Well, anyway, there is our fade when it was directly overhead, directly above the Slim Jim. Let's get this thing oriented so we can tell what we're looking at here. And let's put a map over it. There we go. There's the US. And I'm right about here, and you can see that fade was when it was directly overhead. In fact, let's zoom in on that. So There's Arizona. I'm about here. But that fade should, yeah, that should be one that was directly overhead. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe I'm about there on the map. Anyway, there's our fade from the very top of the Slim Jim. And as I said, most passes are not going to be directly overhead. You know, the satellite's going to be coming down off to the side a little bit. So I think I'm fine with using the Slim Jim when I want to record the satellites, and any satellite pass that's not going to be, you know, more than maybe 82 or 83 degrees elevation, I should get a good clean signal the whole way. So there you go. Not bad at all. Not quite as clean as the V dipole, but just a few fades there at the beginning of the pass, almost none till right at the end. Definitely the Slim Jim is a usable antenna for satellite reception, provided the pass doesn't go directly overhead. All right, that was interesting. So there you go. That's how I receive the weather sats, and you can see that I get really, really excellent results here. I'm sure that it has something to do with the big sky and the altitude that I'm at, the elevation. I'll be checking that out or testing that when I get closer to sea level, when I go down to Yuma this winter, which is only a few hundred feet above sea level, and we'll see if the atmosphere is really making that much of a difference. So I hope you found that interesting, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not already a subscriber, click the subscribe. Join us on the Facebook.
All right, well, there we go. So I posted a link to both. Jim helped me out since I was posted the wrong chat window, but we've got links to his website and also the video. So if anybody's interested, but that's pretty cool. I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of trees, and I think my sliver of reception would be pretty narrow here.
That's why I have the big sky envy, because yeah, we got too many trees and stuff right around here.
Indeed.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I need to jet for my next one. I will post the other information also up to Groups.io, and I know Jim will post this video to our YouTube channel. So thank you, everyone. Have a happy holidays. I'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you,
Merry
Jason.
Christmas.
You too.
Happy New Year.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we can hang out and chat.